Okay, so we've talked about the coins, who's on them, and what the value of each coin and each dollar bill is that we've talked about in the US dollar system. So we're going to talk about how many coins equal a dollar today. So the first thing we're going to talk about is $1, which is here. And in $1, there is 100 cents. Because we know that pennies equal 1 cent. And in each dollar is 100 cents. So we need 100 pennies, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rows of 10 pennies. This is 100 pennies because it's 10 rows of 10, and 10 times 10 equals 100. So 100 cents equals $1. So if we look here, we have $2. 1, 2. So if there's 100 cents in this dollar and 100 cents in this dollar, how many cents would be in $2? 100 plus 100 equals $2 equals 200 cents, or 200 pennies. So now if I duplicate this and I make another one, now I have, I'm just going to clear the ink here, and now I have $3. 1, 2, 3. I have 100 pennies here, or 100 cents here, 100 cents here, and 100 cents here. So $3, change it to $3, equals 100, 200, 300 cents. So you would need 300 pennies to make $3. So if I duplicate this one more time, now I have, let's count, 1, 2, 3, $4. Each dollar equals 100 cents. So if we say 100 pennies here, 100 cents, or 100 pennies here, 100 pennies here, 100 pennies here, we have 1, 2, 3, $4 equals 100, 200, 300, 400 cents, or pennies. Now let's move to nickels. We know that nickels are worth 5 cents each. So if you guys want to tap on, if you're playing this on a tablet or a phone and not on the TV, if you want to tap each nickel as we count by 5, we can count and see, do these 20 nickels, if we count them each by 5s, is that going to equal 100 cents, which we know there's 100 cents in each dollar. So let's tap them and count. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. Oh, so 20 nickels, oops, I wrote 200. 20 nickels equals $1, or 100 cents. Now, if I duplicate this, now I've got $2. So here we have $2. So here we have 20 nickels, and here we have 20 nickels. So how many nickels equals $2? Blank nickels equals $2. I have $2 here, and I have 20 nickels in this $1 and 20 nickels in that $1. So 20 plus 20, well, we know 0 ones plus 0 ones is 0 ones, and 2 tens plus 2 tens, 2 plus 2 is 4. So 40 nickels equals $2. Okay. Counting by 5s, we could count it up. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. I'm trying to count fast here. 105, 110, 115, 120, 125, 130, 135, 140, 145, 150, 155, 160, 165, 170, 175, 180, 185, 180, 190, 195, 200. oh, 200 cents is the same as saying $2. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so next is dimes. We know the dimes, the thin little dime, is worth 10 cents. So we need to count by tens. And we know that there's 100 cents in each dollar. So hopefully when we count these tens, we'll get to 100. So let's see if we're right. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So 100 cents equals $1. 10 dimes equals $1. And we see that that's an array of 2 rows of 5 equals 10. And if we count them by 10, we get $1. Now if I duplicate this, now I've got $2, which is the same, so $2 we said was the same as saying 200 cents. So let's see if we count up these tens, if we get to 200. So we're going to have to count by 10. So count with me, tap as I tap. I'm going to start over here. I'm going to go across the row, the second row, then the first row, second row, third row, fourth row. So count with me. Here we go. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 190, 200. 200 cents equals $2, or 10 dimes plus 10 dimes equals, how many dimes are in $2? Go ahead and scream it at the screen. I hope you're saying 20 dimes. Sorry, my writing's so messy, guys. Equals $2. So now we're going to talk about our fourth and final commonly used coin in the US dollars is quarters. And 4 quarters equals $1. Now this is tricky. We're not very familiar. We're very familiar with counting by ones for pennies. Very familiar by counting by fives when we're talking about nickels. We can easily count by tens. Counting by 25s is a bit trickier. It's kind of like our multiples of 6, 7, and 8. You really need to kind of study it to remember it. So 1 quarter is 25 cents. 25 plus 25 is 50. So that's 25 times 2. This would be 50 cents because 2 quarters equals 50 cents. If we have 3 quarters, 1, 2, 3, that's 75 cents. And 4 quarters equals 100 cents because we know 100 cents equals $1. So it's just something you kind of have to remember. You have to remember how to count by 25s. 25, 50, 75, $1. If you have 4 quarters and you keep practicing, it becomes much easier. When you lay down each quarter, you would say 25, 50, 75, $1, or 100. So something you kind of have to work on a bit. So 4 quarters equals $1. So we're going to do this problem together, and I'm going to give you 2 other problems that I want you to solve and to take a picture of and send me your work. So we first need to count the dollars. So if we count the dollars, we see we have $10 plus $5. 10 plus 5 more is $15. We write a decimal point and we put our dollar sign. Now we need to look at the coins. Well, looking at these 1, 2, 3, 4 coins, we find the coin with the greatest value. That would be the dime, which is worth 10. We start with that coin. Then we move to this one, which is 5. We just did 10 plus 5 is here. We said it was 15. But we can't forget these pennies, so we got to count by 1. So we'd say 10 plus 5 is 15, plus 1 more is 16, plus 1 more is 17. So the value of all of this money here is $15.17. And that's how we write $15.17. 15 goes on the left-hand side of the decimal point. 17 cents goes on the right-hand side of the decimal point. And the dollar sign goes before the dollar amount. So here is homework problem 1. count your bills, write it on the left-hand side of the decimal point with the dollar sign, and then count your change and write it on the right-hand side of your decimal point. Take a picture of your work and send it to me. And you might want to pause here so you can do the work and then push play when you've got this one solved, and then do the next problem, just so that you have time to count up all the money. So go ahead and pause it and solve your work. And now I'm getting tricky on you. Problem 2, this is a lot of money. I actually wish I had this much money, to be honest with you, because this is a lot of money. We see a $50 bill, a $20 bill, a $10 bill, 2 ones, and then also some change. Remember that we write a dollar sign. We write the amount of bills we have first, the full dollars we have, on the left-hand side of the decimal point. And then towards the on the right-hand side of the decimal point, you're going to write how much change you have. Take a picture of your work and send it to me. See you guys at 1 o'clock for Zoom today. Love you. Miss you. Bye.